Now, I like to open the doors in this place, you know that, not because it's hot, I just like to do it. Bosh, I'll have a young amateur kid in. The wee rooster has just won against England, young kid we had on the other day from Antrim. Bosh, well done, my son. And different pros, good ones, bad ones, some dreadful, some fantastic. We like to get them early or get them old, we don't really care. We have them in. Now, there's a young kid that I like out in Limerick, okay, I like him a lot, he's entertaining. He won prize fighter. He won the European title, and he was up against it in a world title fight against Rigondeaux, one of the best world champions out there, and a man that, well, let's face it, everybody wants to avoid. Trust me, if he was 5 stone heavier, the Klitschko's would retire. Take that from me. Anyway, this guy's name is Willie Casey, and he's a battler. He's an old school battler. And I called up with Willie, who's been a bit mysterious about his location, a little bit earlier on. And I asked him, really, well, you know, what he's up to at the moment, where he is and what he's doing.
Well, like, I mean, I'm training, you know, I'm always training, like, you know, I'm always back in training, I'm training as hard as I can, and, like, I mean, I want to fight, you know what I mean, Stephen, I want big fights, you know, I don't want to spar or fight journeymen, you know what I mean, I want to fight top-rated fighters, and at the moment it's not happening for me, like, you know, but all I can do is just keep training and hopefully something will happen, you know.
Well, you know, in all fairness, Willie, you've had to take the top-rated fighters. You fought the best super-bantamweight in the world, you know, Guillermo Rigondeaux. It was a big risk. And then you went over to Denmark against Evanson. He's a good fighter, so you're not afraid to take those fights. But it would be nice to get you in a sort of, you know, in an Irish-British fight. Someone, I don't know, like Rendell Munro or Quigg or Carl Frampton. That's the fight, isn't it?
They're all there, like, you know, even Kid Gallagher, you know, like, I mean, his last performance was very impressive, like, you know, and I put him up there with the top now, I would, like, you know, and apparently I was supposed to fight him 3 times, but apparently it just never happened, and I'm a little bit disappointed because the fact that I agreed to the fight and they came out and said that I didn't, you know, that kind of disappoints me a little bit, like, you know, but listen, it didn't happen, I wanted it, like, you know, I practically begged him for my last fight, like, you know, but listen, it just didn't happen at the time, but as I said, I put him up there with the top 5 as well, like, you know, and as I said, Stephen, look, I'm here, I'm in training, and I want to fight, I want to fight, you know what I mean, I want to fight the best, to beat the best, to be the best, you know, and listen, and I just keep fighting, like, it's a sport to me, and I just want to fight on, you know.
Now, Willie, with regard to those 4 or 5 guys, they're all top guys, but wouldn't it be great, Willie, and this is what I want, Dublin was nice, even though you lost against Rigondeaux, but I want to be ringside at a big Willie Casey fight in Limerick. That's what I want to do.
You know, like, I mean, we had one there with Paulie Highland for the European title that time, like, you know.
Oh, no, sorry.
And even in Dublin with Rigondeaux, like, I mean, you had over 5,000 fans there, like, you know, and the atmosphere was unreal, like, you know, and I'll be honest, I'd love to have them. I'd love to have that atmosphere again. I would.
Listen, Willie, you know that night that you were in Dublin and everybody from Limerick was in Dublin. In Limerick that night, they must have closed the pubs. There couldn't have been anybody left in the city.
No, the whole of Limerick came up, like, you know, as well as half the other country came up as well, like, you know. And as I said, listen, I crave for fights like that again, for that atmosphere again. I will share the ring with anyone in the top division to get that atmosphere again, Stephen, and I'm willing to take risks to get that atmosphere again, like, you know. And I said, listen, I'm here, Stephen, I want to fight, I'm training, and anyone in the top division, like, I'm not just calling them out just to boost my profile, Stephen. I don't do that. I'm not mentioning names or anything.
Of course not.
But, like, I mean, I'm here to fight. And anyone that says that he's looking for a top name, Stephen, I'm a top name, Stephen. I'm in the top 4 or 5 in Europe.
Of course.
And, listen, if there's someone looking to fight someone in the top 5, well, I'm here for the taking, anyone that wants me. So that kind of way, Stephen.
Now, listen, I believe your word.
I can't make it any more clear than that, Stephen.
No, Willie, you can't make it any more clear. And let me just emphasise completely that Willie's absolutely right. The atmosphere in Dublin was unbelievable. The atmosphere in Limerick would be incredible. Willie, I'm going to ask you this last question. Now, you don't have to answer it, but why are you at a secret location? Where are you, or can't you say? Is it a big secret hush-hush thing?
Well, I'm actually in England at the moment, like, you know, and respect to my sparring partner, like, you know, he prefers to keep anonymous at the moment, like, you know, just to kind of keep stuff private, like, you know.
Listen,
I'm actually in a training camp at the moment, like, you know. And
really, I'll honour that privacy and that secrecy. I'll say goodbye to you now. I'll promise you I'll see you somewhere in Dublin or Limerick very soon.
Oh, definitely. And even England, like, I mean, Stephen, we're hoping that we'll be fighting for a WBA title at the end of June. Hopefully somewhere in England, and there's one or two guys that might be interested in it, and hopefully it can come off. Either one of them two, I don't mind. But as I said, I don't want to mention names yet until someone agrees to it. I'm not that kind of person to say I act this guy and I act that guy. You know what I mean, Stephen?
You're not a guy that throws around your words loosely. Willie Casey, thanks for joining us on the show. It's been a delight having you.
Thanks very much, Stephen. I'll talk to you again. No problem. Bye-bye.